So my camera decides it doesn't want to work, huh? What up? So we are fixing the E92 M3 today. Let's see if this works. So yeah, we're putting the all fixings back on. I've got, I got these nuts. I got to tighten down for the harness tray, and yeah, we got a lot of buttoning up to do, but I did a throttle actuator replace. Just make sure there's not too much play in that. Make sure these are fully seated. Here's throttle actuator A, here's B. I had B go out originally, swapped them. Here, let me switch this around. Swapped them, and then the problem followed, so I knew for sure it was throttle actuator B that was bad. Took forever to get one. It was such a pain in the butt to get one. And finally got one, popped it in there. Then we threw a throttle actuator B fault again. Mind you, this was after a series of several trial and error events. I did, so after I replaced this, we went with the VDO. It was brand new VDO, and I did the teaching sequence, which the instructions to do that are vague. They leave open a lot of questions like, do I fully turn the power off? Do I just go to the non-ignition ready mode, etc.? A lot of minor details left out. So eventually, and it had some things out of sequence. I forget exactly what it was. I'll have to go over that later. An update. But anyway, point is, after I went through all of that, the teaching sequence, getting it cleared, drove to work, drove around first nearby to make sure it would work. Then the next day I drove to work. Drove to work just fine. Get to work. As I'm about to head home, started up, and here, we'll switch back since I'm talking so much. Maybe not. So I started it up like super low, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is it doing that? It's a cold startup. It's always loud as shit on the cold startup, dude. Like, so loud. And it starts up like it's already warmed up. And this is after almost 10 hours. So 9 point something hours of work, being at work, sitting, cooling, right? So it's ambient temperature, and it should be starting up loud. But it didn't. So I'm like, oh God, what is going on, right? I'm like, that's weird. I look over, and then just as I look over at my dash, the, the error message pops up. And I'm like, dude, for real? So I pop in my OBD2. Actually, it's already in there. And so I just connect to it, connect to the OBD2, get my codes, and it throws throttle actuator B fault. Throttle actuator B fault. So I take it all back apart. Well, I tried to clear the fault and do the reteaching again. That didn't work. So I take it all back apart, and I'm like, you know what, dude? I had so much trouble getting these throttle actuators. Like, stupid amount of trouble getting them. So I decided to try eBay because I could get them for basically half the price, and if I get half the life out of them that I can get out of these other ones, then it's worth it to me. I could tell, so one of them was a video. This one is, oh yeah, this one here is OEM. I wish I had a video one to show you. Oh, I think this, and I could be wrong. So this is the one that was originally in there, and you can see we got where it says video right here, Siemens video. Siemens. I don't know how to pronounce that. I say Siemens. But anyway, it says Siemens video. These are in here. Have this replaced. There might be the BMW logo. This replaced. And this says video with like a decal, and it's not a sticker. And it has the model number. But anyway, this is what was in there. Okay? This was in there. This is one I got off of eBay. It was like maybe $200 or $300. Maybe. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks like it has been there for a while. It's got some wear on the joint. But overall, it looks pretty good. You can tell it's never been manipulated. So this here is how you can tell if this isn't broken off. There's a decent chance that this circuit board backing has been pulled off. And not necessarily that, but definitely this plate has been pulled off. So it's possible that this has been pulled out of this plate, but you don't know for sure. But definitely, if this is broken, most likely, unless somehow somebody just broke it for no reason, I don't know why or how that would happen, but small chance of that. But most likely, if this is off, you had this plate off before, which could mean that they replaced the gear inside, which is a good thing. All this stuff learned recently, because I had to, because even though I've seen countless groups and forums. There we go. To see what people are having happen. And I did it before I even got the car just to see what owning one was like. Highly recommend that, by the way. Always a good idea. Cars are not a cheaper purchase. It's free. The information is free, people. Just costs you a little bit of time. But it saves you a lot of headache, for sure. Save you a lot of headache. So anyway, so I end up replacing B with a video brand eBay used throttle actuator. So I've just started it up. I did the teach sequence already. Which I recorded. I'll post that later. I've just replaced B. Made sure I don't have any coats. And then I pulled. I nested the plenum on there and plugged everything in so I wouldn't get any other codes. Which would be this here, this tube back here. So now that I've done all that, some of these clips are just straight broken, so they're not holding things in place anymore. This broke off. This little slidey clip here. If this was someone else's car, I would recommend they fix it, but it's mine, so there's things I'm willing to live with. I've seen a lot happen with machines in my day. So pop this blend back in here. It kind of ruins your view. Zoom out. What if I set you up on the fridge? How about that? Let's see what it looks like. You probably be looking at my butt. Alright. So and nest that in there. If it won't nest freely, you probably don't have your it's either not lined up or you don't have the little boots. This is probably audible, so it's most likely nesting or a location issue, not a those do, because you probably wouldn't have been able to get it off there if you had those limitations. A couple of things to note. You know, one of these baby straws. It's got the rubbery feel in there. Helps tremendously with these. You don't really need it for like these ones, but like once you start getting back in there, dude, it's nice. This one is kind of nice for it, dude. Plus, it really doesn't transfer very much torque. So it's great for this application. probably shouldn't be wearing the company's attire. This is the company I work for, and no way am I affiliated with them for this video. They're not sponsoring this video. They are not involved in what I'm doing or saying, and this is my own vision. That's it. There we go. This would be really helpful if something was like obviously the rock is gonna be, but something around here. Oh, that is not seen. I will actually be right back. I'm gonna change my shirt so I'm not breaking no rules. Alright, there we go. So, started to kind of come up a little bit. I'm gonna check this side and make sure it didn't pop up at all. It's fully seated. So what I'm looking at here is down underneath here, light in there, where the boot seats up against the bottom. It started to it started to like lift out right in there where my finger is. It started to lift out of there as I tightened down. So I kind of get that back in order. I'm gonna set this here. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Okay, let's see how this does. Kind of apply some pressure. Oh, better. And back. Back, we're just gonna smack it a little bit. Give her a little smack. A little spank. Fix that. Get in the hole, man. Get in the hole. screwdriver, see if I can't spin it back around. And then I'll just use it. How about that? Okay. That was pretty bad. I wouldn't go too crazy with it. This one, can't even really see. Sorry, I'm going to block your view. Is this the one that we used straight? I'm going to use straight for this. I think that angle is too tough. Just use the screwdriver, probably done by now. There we go. Maybe. There it is. Alright. Now, there were the hoses that need to get connected. One down here, one back there. Get those going. Back here. That one in. The clip for this one broke. I'm just taking it off. It's just one of those squeeze clips, just like this. Squeezing it, pull it off, went, and it just snapped. Like that. That's lovely. So super brittle. And we need to connect to right here. This guy right here. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay. And now we're doing all the zoom out. Will you let me zoom out? No. Beautiful. Alright, so this I need up here. I forgot to connect to this bad boy. Underneath. Probably would have been easier before I tightened it all down. That was real dumb. Should have connected it before I seated it. Oh, it popped right in there. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Now, I think the first thing I'm going to put in is this big old box. Hardly call it a box. It's not a box shape, that's for sure. But I'm going to just slide this. The hose fell. Kind of doing things right now, okay. One hand it. Please, like, stay up here somewhere. Thank you. Okay. Now, seat that down in there. You kind of want to get this inside of there. This triangle shape. And then we got the two holes to line up here. I guess I could go ahead and pop those in there. I've got mine a longer and a shorter bolt. There's a lot of space underneath here. There's really not a lot of space underneath here. So I didn't realize they were two different sizes until later. So I found that the longer one seems to fit just fine right there. I feel like if I put the longer one here, it would like impact the frame there. So again, that's a 10. I'll just leave that on there because it's cool like that. Okay. We'll probably cut this one like it's home. But I figured y'all could just hang out for a bit. Let's see, where do I want to put it down? What about this? How does that work? So, maybe work. Okay, dude. I know you don't want to watch that. I'll just put it there. And anything you can't see, well, it's part of the look. Try that. Okay. So. This piece, this piece, this piece. This slides in here. This fits over the outside of the bottom lip of that. And then that'll slide in there, obviously. But so this goes around the outside here. If I can hold it. I'm getting shaky because I'm hungry. But anyway, this goes around the outside of this. And then also goes around the outside of this lower piece. So you're going to want to put that in there. Basically, this stuff will go last. Actually. So, first thing we're going to do is pop this on here. I'm just going to leave this loose until I get everything seated. Because my little So go ahead and put this around here, and then kind of seat this on there. Make sure we're pushing together. And I'll kind of slip it around the edge. Work my way in there and around. Right. Make sure everything fits. I'm going to start tightening everything down. So I put on my bolts on the magnet here. Go ahead and finger thread those in. Get it okay. Very easy to drop these away. I highly recommend magnetic stuff if you have it, but if you don't, like me, then you know, just use your fingers. You got them. If you don't, then well, I don't know what to say. Sorry, you don't have fingers. You're out of luck in this scenario. There are robotics, so that's cool. Is that maybe yes in some ways, really not so much. Go ahead and zip those down. Take it easy on. All those. A couple of these. Oh, goodness. It's not actually get the pressure up against that wall. Okay. All right. Okay. One more thing. This right here. I never had these bolts. So those have always been missing. So you can really get those. I don't know if the stuff underneath is there anymore. And that's a T20. Number 25. it up. See if you get you want to get in with you. No, we don't want to switch screens. Okay. Okay. All right. Guess it doesn't want to switch screens. Like the old power button. I don't want to be too loud. Fucking works. Look at that. No fault codes. You gonna focus? There we go. Default code. No. Oh. There's our exhaust. Put it back here. Do one little rev. Why has it gone black? I don't normally do that to a cold start, but y'all are on here. So anyway, all right, there it is. Vossen wheels, in case anyone wants to know. Yes, they're dirty because I just drove it. And haven't had a chance to wash it. It was a little wet. Anyway, we think we did it. Hopefully the code won't come back. And appreciate anybody that's gonna get that done, get myself some food going, and hope you, yeah, catch you later.